And welcome back to another Warframe video. So today we're covering the Arbucep. This is the newest heavy arc-wing gun in all of Warframe, and this thing was definitely designed to be in these ground missions. It's a really strong weapon, and we're also going to show how it is on the Profit Taker as well, because a lot of people have been asking me how this thing is against the Profit Taker, because it does do a lot of elements of the special unique passive. So we'll be covering that and a build and all that stuff alongside it. Before we get into the stuff though, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Daily Warframe video uploads, build videos like this one, news videos like we had a couple days ago, everything in between, your right place, Warframe content. Appreciate all the support on the recent streams and videos. I will be live on stream tonight with Warframe and Expedition 33, so come on, stop by if you're not already. Okay, so the Arbucep. This thing is the signature heavy arc-wing gun of NOCO, and it has a lot of fun stuff going on with it. There's some background footage right now of me rolling a Riven for it, and I will be showing the Riven final roll here in the video as well. So, as far as what it does, you can kind of think of this thing as a arc-wing heavy weapon shotgun, but each projectile of this shotgun does a different combined element. It does not have any built-in impact, puncture, or slash, so that's part of the reason why it's not very good for Profit Taker. Yeah, but like I was saying earlier, this thing is basically meant to be in these normal, these survival missions. It's really good for taking out armored Grineer, really good for just blast enemies down. It's really good for acolytes too. You could definitely one-shot an acolytes with this thing. And yeah, it's just really strong. As far as where you get it from, this comes from the new Valis Deep Mine bounties. So we're talking the missions you would get NOCO himself from. You'll also get the same parts. You'll get the parts for this thing alongside him. So yeah, as far as what you should be modding this thing for, as you can see in the background footage, it is actually pretty good with a crit build. But a nice little unique effect with this thing is actually the more multi-shot it has, the more damage it deals. Because it has those guaranteed procs, one of each combined element, blast, magnetic, etc., etc. More multi-shot just gives you more damage. It's actually a special passive on this thing. So yeah, when you do mod for multi-shot, you're basically getting multiplicatively more damage. Damage mods are also good on this thing too. I've actually got most of the prime mods in the entire game here. So yeah, keep that in mind when you are trying to rock this thing. Now, as far as, let's talk about the build and how it works in the sim. Let's go ahead and hop in the sim right now. Okay, so here we are in the sim. And as far as the Arbucep stats and all that, it has not the best base stats for crit, but we can actually make that a lot better. So it only has 10% base crit chance, but you saw in the footage, we were getting orange crits easily. I've seen red crits on this thing too. This thing has a massive ammo pool of I think 540. If you hover over it in the equip screen, it's the railjack stats, or the arc-wing stats. So 540 ammo maximum. It has not the best magazine of 36. It does fire 6 bullets per trigger pull. So you're going to be reloading this thing quite often, which is why I've got the special primed mod for arc guns, primed deadly efficiency. On reload from empty, 220% increase to damage for 17 seconds. This mod is not that useful on most arc-wing guns, but on this one that reloads so often, I found it to be very, very good. We've got a corrosive build on here, and like I said, it has unique unique procs where we've got a blast on this thing, the radio, so it's a direct hit blast proc and an explosion radio attack blast proc. Same thing with radiation, same thing with gas procs, magnetic procs, viral, etc., etc. So it does lots of different procs, but as you see right here, multi-shot is converted to damage instead of more projectiles. You only have those 6 projectiles, which is not that big of a deal. But we've got multi-shot mods in here anyway, primed dual rounds, and a multi-shot Riven, and also containment breach for even more multi-shot. This thing has really, really low Riven stats, so that you're not going to really be getting much value out of the Rivens. I would say if you don't have a Riven, you don't want to run a Riven, you can run Critical Focus, you can run Sabot rounds, I know they're kind of difficult to acquire. You can run easier to get mods like magazine extension for more magazine size. You could, whatever you want to run, just run something that's not a basically useless Riven. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and show how this works. With a Nervate, we get lots of additive crit chance, which means that 10% crit chance will be 10% for very long. For Merciless, we get even more damage, and we get reload speed. Again, this thing reloads so often, it's pretty helpful to have some reload speed on here. Let's go ahead and hop into the... I'm going to summon some level 10,000. They're simulated level 10,000 enemies, so just keep that in mind. We also get an Adarza Kavat equipped right now. Now, if you want to have infinite ammo with the Arbucep, it's not that hard to get. I'd recommend that you bring the Sahasa Kubra, I believe it's called, the one that digs up ammo, and you can dig up basically infinite arc gun ammo from that. So here we are with no buffs. Again, these guys are simulated level 10,000s. They're already reloaded from empty. Now you can see Prime Deadly Efficiency is active. We're getting a lot of extra damage. We're also getting a lot of crit as well from our Nervate. So yeah, there's with no buffs. Let's go ahead and throw on some buffs now, because again, these guys are supposed to be level 10,000s. Throwing all that stuff. Reload from empty. Okay, so as you can see, it's about the same with the buffs. Now, you can see multiple million damage shots of this thing when you buff it up. So yeah, you know what's cool about this? This thing actually is homing missiles. So we fire it in the air over here, and look, the missiles will home in on them pretty aggressively, I'd say, too. So, good stuff on that front. Now, you might be like, why would I ever actually use this thing? It's, you know, it's a heavy Archwing gun. I move slower when I have it equipped. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get all this stuff fully upgraded. Why would I do this? And right now, guys, the answer is not, there's not that many good answers to that question. Archwing guns, I would say, still need some buffs. I would love a Condition Overload mod for Archwing guns. How many procs this thing's pushing out? I think Condition Overload for Archwing guns would go crazy on this thing. Additionally, you know, since it requires two Archgun Arcane Unlockers to get full power out of it, you're spending about 60 platinum to actually get this thing going at full power, just on the upgraders front. Actually, it's more like 80 platinum, I think about it, because you have to get an Orican Catalyst, you have to get a Gravamag Launcher, and then you have to get 2 of the Arcane Unlockers. That's a lot. That's a lot of stuff for one weapon. So, yeah, it's definitely not super worth it right now, especially because you can't really use it in areas that have gear disabled. But I think as far as being a good heavy weapon for like mission stuff like that, if you watch my Bright Bonnet Evolt video from last week, if you have Noko's mushrooms, shooting Noko's mushrooms actually doubles their power when you have the Arbucep. So that will also work with the helmet ability too. So I throw on Noko's mushroom, the newest frame Noko, so we throw on the mushroom. Currently gives 71% power strength. I shoot it with the Arbucep. It should be, yeah, 142% power strength. So it doubles the power strength, and also the, whatever this thing does with the Arbucep. And that's going to be pretty good. You can also use Noko's ulti to do that as well. But yeah, if you are using the helmet version, the Arbucep is great for that. Now, let's talk about the Profit Taker. You know, I was saying, like, what's a good reason to use this thing? The Profit Taker is definitely not a good reason to use it because, like I said earlier, guys, it does lack that impact puncture slash. So here's the Profit Taker right now. We have viral up, that's fine. You know, we can take care of viral pretty easy with the Arbucep. But once it goes to impact, this is when you're out of luck. Since the Profit Taker does require you to have each type of damage to rotate its shield or shoot with your amp, whenever you're not on a combined element, you're pretty much just in trouble with the Arbucep. So because of that, I would not recommend it for Profit Taker, just because, you know, the RNG is not on your side with how many elements it cannot handle. Of course, you could throw on like a single element build with all these other base elements on there, but again, you can only have one base element on your build anyway. So unless you're using like Shock Trooper or you're using like Freeze Force, I guess, if you're playing Frost for some reason, you're not going to have the elemental coverage that a normal gun or loadout would have, and it's just not really worth it. So, yeah, it's definitely a dud for the Profit Taker, but in normal missions, I do like it quite a bit, and it can also one-shot Acolytes, like I said earlier. So, yeah, Acolyte one-shots are pretty easy with the build we're seeing on screen. Just the thing is, though, you know, it's not like Acolyte one-shots are that difficult to do in the first place. So, that's going to be basically it for my Arbucep build video, guys. It is a strong Archwing gun. It's actually probably one of the strongest Archwing guns for these indoor missions, but at the same time, why are you even using heavy Archwing guns just besides just feeling cool? DE hopefully will add some galvanized mods in the future, maybe some exclusively Archgun Arcanes. There's that basically Acolyte one-shot for you. Maybe some Archgun Arcanes. Who knows, in the old piece, maybe we'll get some more of that stuff. It's sure been asked for a lot at this point. And I would love to ask you guys now, if you got this far in the video, what kind of additional buffs would you like for Archwing guns? I said in my previous video, I think they should make a mod for Archwing guns. On kill, you get more ammo back. But, you know, for this weapon, that wouldn't really do much. That would be basically doing nothing. I think it's basically infinite ammo, even without the dog. So, I'd think Condition Overload would help this one out a lot. But yeah, it's not really the damage front, it's more like the clunkiness front. So, see you guys next time. See you on stream tonight, and hope you found the video fun and helpful. Borrow tomorrow, and yeah, we're not getting anything else in Warframe until December. So, let's hope we have a good dev stream this month. Thank you guys. Peace.